All this action from the Extreme Festival of Motorsport is proudly brought to you by Mobile One, G&H Transport, and Motormark Clarkston. It's the grand finale, and we head to Zwartkops for the grand finale of the Extreme Festival, the home of Extreme Festival Motorsport, and we're looking forward to some big action out on track. If you're on the track, you're certainly going to be involved, especially when the G&H Transport Extreme Supercars hit the road, and there's a big field of them. They're splitting the first two heats. Class A+, Class A and GT3 will be together. It looks like Gianni Giannacaro is in for a bit of a run. He's got to do a lot of work, and considering his car had some clutch issues and he's jumped into Ferdinand, his brother's car, we'll have to wait and see what he can do. He's fighting with Alvain Steenkamp and Roy Aubrey, each of them in separate classes and also fighting for that overall championship. It's fantastic to come down to the wire. Let's catch up with Gianni.
Well, to be quite honest with you, up to an hour ago I was stressing. We were out of the clutch, but Ricky's kindly lent me his car. We start at the back of the grid, so we're going to be pushing. It's a big ask, but you know, you'll never know unless we don't, you'll never know until you try. So we're going to give it a bash. We're a little bit nervous. I'm going to hope for the best, and I'm praying something happens. And hopefully we get a bit of rain for the second race.
Sure, well, the crowd aren't hoping for rain. They're out on track and enjoying the grid walk, getting up close and personal with these cars, and that's exactly what these youngsters love to do. Lots of selfies out there. And one man we need to catch up with is Alvain Steenkamp to see what his plans are for the day in this championship.
Yeah, it's been a great year for us. Today has obviously been a bit nerve-wracking, but the qualifying sort of tempered my nerves a little bit. I was hoping to drop down into twos, and we got in there, so yeah, now I must just not break out.
We're on board with Lee Thompson as we head towards the start line. Front end is Scribanti and Aranjis. Peter Zili alongside Alvain Steenkamp. It's the Trans-Africa Racing Ferrari of Jonathan du Toit, and Lee Thompson in the Porsche as they head into turn one. Very close and almost touching into turn one there between the Porsche and the Ferrari. Just behind that, you can see them all lining up. Greg Parton, good to have him out there as well in the Dryzit Environmental Lamborghini Huracan. That's the only Huracan in the field, and it's right on the tail there of Ben Morgenroot in the big V8 as they come through turn two. Good start coming out of Dino Scribanti as well, as you can see there, just chopping and changing, trying to find a way past on the Trans-Africa Racing Ferrari with Jonathan du Toit. Dino Scribanti will be partnering up with his cousin Franco, of course, in the 9 hour, and Franco leads out. He leads out over Charles Orange. He's running a little bit wide there. Then it's Peter Zili, Alvain Steenkamp, Lee Thompson, du Toit, Scribanti. Oh, and look at the pressure being applied there by the 777 of Paulo Loureiro. Loureiro in that BMW is slowly but surely becoming a big contender, and certainly giving a run for his money to a man who's been involved in this championship for a while. Dino Scribanti didn't expect that kind of pressure so early on from the BMW behind him, and the pressure maintains as they come to the turn one and complete lap number one. Phenomenal start here from Lee Thompson, all over the back end of Alvain Steenkamp. Now remember, Alvain Steenkamp has to try and get a victory here to stay in the lead of this championship, or stay in the hunt for the championship. He's got to fight it out with two other championship rivals. One of them, Gianni Giannacaro, who's battling a little bit in Ferdinand, a bit further back, having to start from the back of the field, as we heard from him in the interview. This is Thompson in full flight down into turn 4, Volkswagen corner. The Porsche just on rails through there. The championship rival will only be in the racing a bit later on in the show. That's Roy Aubrey, also in a 996 Porsche. Peter Zili starting to close in now on Aranjis in that Toyota MR2. They've got that thing sorted out, and battle for second and third place now into Kenwood, turn 6, flicking it through. Ooh, a little wide here from Colbert. The big for Express Freight Porsche man just running wide and opening up the door. The 360 Challenge car of Mark du Toit dives through. There's Gianni Giannacaro, slowly but surely making his way to the front end, but he's got a lot of work to try and get up, and he's got to go a little bit higher up than what he is right now. Alvain Steenkamp leading Class A, even though he's only 4th on the road, is very important in terms of the overall championship. And Gianni Giannacaro is losing out big time here, not coming through the field as rapidly as what he hoped. Loureiro now closes up. He's got the attentions of Dino Scribanti, Greg Parton right there with Dino Scribanti as they come through turn 2. The Dryzit Environmental Lamborghini slowly but surely closing in on that machine of Scribanti's. No one's going to catch Franco though. He is miles ahead and has opened up a decent enough margin. There you can see it between himself and Charles Oranges in the Stradale Motorsport Senna-esque McLaren. McLaren has got a great turn of pace, but you can see Scribanti and Aranjis just taking it easy at the front end. They're not really involved in the championship. They're just wanting the final victories of the season, and one of them looks like it might be going to Franco. Look at the pressure being applied here by Lee Thompson on the back end of Alwyn Steenkamp. Remember, Lee Thompson's not really involved in this championship either, but Steenkamp is enjoying the battle. In the background, looks like Ben Morgenroot's days might be done there in the big V8, as we see the battle continue here between the Bigfoot Express Freight Porsche, and Andrew Colbert is closing in on Ricky Giannacaro in Gianni's car. I don't think that's worked out. I'm not quite sure. I think Gianni might be just ahead. Yeah, there he is. Ferdinand going into turn 2. So Ricky's car doing a good job there, keeping Gianni in the hunt for this championship. Greg Parton now has lost out ground. Laraya's got through on him, and looks like he's got ahead of Dino Scribanti. So a bit of chopping and changing there for 6th, 7th and 8th place on the circuit here for GT3, A+, and Class A all combined. Dino Scribanti now closing things down. That 997 finding a bit of late race pace. Not quite as quick as this car out front of his cousins, but with 1 lap to go, Franco looks like he's got it all sewn up. Charles Larangi's comfortable in 2nd place, looking for the GT3 honours. A+, of course, is led out by Franco, and overall, Ricky Giannacaro and Andrew Colbert have been lapped now, and in the background there you can see the Toyota MR2 of Zidi. That'll be 3rd place and 2nd in A+, as he gets onto the brakes down into turn 2. Zidi slowly but surely has worked all season long to get this MR2 up to pace, and it certainly is flying. No one's going to catch Franco though. 3 corners to go as he gets into Kenwood, double right-hander, flick it left into mix and down the hill towards G&H to take the first victory in the G&H Transport Extreme Supercars here at Zwartkops and the grand finale of the Extreme Festival of Motorsport. Not a bad way to start the day. Comfortable margin in the end over your rival Charles Larangi's. As you see the battle continuing down into turn 1. They've still got a lap to go there, and it looks like Jonathan Dutoy might be hounded by Gianni Giannacaro to the end. Overall results though, Franco Scribanti takes race 1 ahead of Charles Larangi's, and Peter Zili, Alwyn Steenkamp taking Class A+ and 4th place overall ahead of Lee Thompson and Greg Parton, with Laraya and Dino Scribanti on their tail. Let's catch up with Franco. He'll be happy with that victory.
The Porsche's now sorted out, the development's done. It's quick and it's reliable. You know, the problem before was always the reliability. I'm not saying we're never going to have a few hiccups again, but it's definitely the car to beat at the moment.
Crowd on the outside got a chance to get up to Zoc and go and get involved with classes B, C and D of the Extreme Supercars as well. And a separate pit walk at the top end of the circuit gave a chance for all the people at the Zoc Club to go and meet and get up close and personal with their favourite cars. Good to see all these rivals getting out and high-fiving. And see as well, good to see Andre Besaidnout back in a car too. And that's Gary Dunkley alongside him. So that was quite an awesome photo to have as we get into the heat of this first heat of racing here for B, C's and D's of the G&H Transport Extreme Supercars. That car there, the Porsche GT3 Cup car of Roy Aubrey, looking for the overall championship here today and just has to finish up both heats and potentially spoil the day for Alwyn Steenkamp. Rick Laraya is looking to spoil the day for everybody else as they go into turn 1 and gets his BMW up into the whole shot position as they get to turn 2. Derek Hitchcock on the inside, and the Lotus maybe going to give him a run for his money as they go into turn 2. They all start to spread things out as they come through there. Oh, there's a spinner! Laraya spun out! And a couple of cars having to take evasive action. Oh, and I think Sun Moodley's just been caught out there. It's not his new car, it's not here yet, but in the spare car there for the Bigfoot Express Freight team. And it looks like he just got caught out there. Jimbo Giannacaro now going defensive on the rest of this pack of cars as they head towards, and there's a problem for Hitchcock. The Lotus seems to have a bit of an issue as well. And you can see there was also a bit of a problem there on Zolile's car. Let's have a look at this once again down into turn 2. This is Rick Laraya's point of view. Oh, there's a bit of a tap, that's why. Derek Hitchcock giving the BMW a little tap, and there you can see Sun Moodley very lucky to avoid going into the side of that car. I think there might have been just a little nose rub there. Funamava though is pulling away, and that machine is absolutely hauling. The dentist is in the house, and he is definitely looking for a chance for a victory. Nicky Dix dives on the inside of G&H Transport corner, through on Besaidnout. Andre Besaidnout doing a superb job here, just getting in the rust off before he heads into Team Perfect Circles Porsche for the 9 hour. It's Porsche battle of note at the front. 4 of them leading things out. The 4 Porsches starting to open up a bit of margin there on the Ferrari on Jimbo. And Jimbo Giannacaro, he's the meat in the sandwich on the 4th Porsche of Van Blunden. 2nd Ferrari coming through, Colin Hasty doing a superb job in the Stradale Motorsport car. The 2 Z BMWs now fighting with this incredible R8. And watch out as Marius Jackson gets that car up to pace. It's certainly going to be a big rival in this championship in 2020. Oh, there's a bit of rust there on Andre Besaidnout, I think. Yes. Oh, that's not what you want. And Frisco just puts it onto the sideline there and brings it onto the grass. Will he be able to get going again in the big whale tail? Yes, he will. And hopefully back on track as well. But Besaidnout's going to lose huge amounts of ground and probably pull into pit lane. Rick Laraya now trying to make up some ground. As they head up to the top of the hill into turn 5. Double yellow flags because of a spinner. And the spinner looks like it could be Aubrey. It is. Oh man, championship rivalry is up for grabs. Faisal Kutsia has come together there with Roy Aubrey, and the two of them crashing out of the top of the hill. Larea making up ground. He gets through on Kutsia. The A&M machine getting passed by Laraya's BMW. He's probably going to be heading to pit lane. But this is just action-packed. This championship is not done. No doubt about it. We're going to have to go to the second heat where all the cars are going to be combined to sort out the final part of this championship. As you can see, diving into pit lane there is our championship rival, Roy Aubrey. That is definitely not what he wanted, that is for sure. Out front though, Wynand van der Merwe has not put a wheel wrong. He stayed out of trouble completely. He's ahead now, and it looks like Johan de Bruin could be in a bit of trouble as Nicky Dix starts to put the pressure on right in the closing stages. Van der Merwe looking for the win, and Dix right on the tail there of de Bruin. This is going to be a big battle here to this line, that's for sure. Can we see a bit of a change up here? Is there going to be one? Will Nicky Dix be able to get that curve end Porsche of his up the inside of de Bruin? As they come down towards G&H Transport Corner, he has a look. Not this time. Oh, getting onto the curb there was de Bruin. He nearly got out of shape. Johan de Bruin is under big pressure as they start the final lap. And as they start the final lap, looks like Roy Aubrey's just rolled back out onto the circuit. He's going to try and finish this one up and still score some points. Aubrey has to try and score as many points as possible. And right now he sits in third place in Class C. That might be enough for him to stay in the hunt for the overall championship. That's why he's gone back out again. Look at the pressure being applied on de Bruin from Nicky Dix. Blunden all on his own there. 4 Porsches at the front end. The only one who's really giving them a bit of an upset is Jimbo Jonacaro. There's a big move on the inside. Oh, and Colin Hasty under a bit of pressure there from Marius Jackson. Jackson and Gobi going at it with him. And here we go. Colin Hasty maybe also feeling a little bit rusty as he gets involved. Don't want to throw away a Ferrari, do you, Cole? Wide maneuver and forced wide by Nicky Dix. Change up for second. Oh, Nicky Dix holding nothing back there on de Bruin. The flag will be waiting. And that's time to perfection through Mix FM. Can de Bruin come back at him? The flag is out and about to come out for the winner. That is going to be Wynand van der Merwe in the Martini Racing Santon Dental Studio machine. He comes through to win out in the Porsche. Dix takes second, and third place goes to Johan de Bruin. What a great dice. Jimmy Jonacaro comes through there for fourth place, beating out Ant Blunden with Rick Royo and Zolile just ahead of Sun Moodley with a good recovery in eighth place in the Bigfoot Porsche. Roy Aubrey in the Haval Porsche now with a bit of work to do. He came into this round with a lead. Can he do it in race number 2 now with a few less points?
I'm leading the championship overall by 12 points. That's what I was coming into today. Unfortunately, I got hit from behind in this first race. So I think I only ended up I finished third. So I've lost 4 points to Elwin. I've got to be sensible and I've just got to finish now. And then hopefully we'll wrap the championship up.